Hey, yo, I gotta say this too. But shot everybody out there who is ready for this life, who just ain't had that opportunity out there dream chase. Keep grinding, man. Yeah. This shit gonna happen, man.
Sometimes, and what I never wanted to accept is that Snupe is dead. And the hardest thing is to realize that he is never coming back.
Trying to holler. My heart cold cause I grew up without my father, but it really made me smarter and made me grind harder. Whoever thought I would make my dreams a reality? My own family thought that they was gonna have to bury me. Took my mama 9 months just for her to carry me. My family broke apart. That shit was the start. And even when it's sunny out here, I be in the dark. But still can't with me. I'm state of the art with a dream like Dr. King and a mind like Rosa Parks cause I can't move.
I'm standing here at the Maplewood Apartments where earlier this morning at 4 o'clock, Adarian Ross, also known as Little Snupe.
I feel like you take a child's life. It was precious, and and it hurt that we had to, bury him today. Like you took away a friend, a son, and an icon to a lot of people.
Winfield police have 36-year-old Tony Holden in custody. His picture is coming up. He's accused in the shooting of Jonesboro native Adarian.
So basically, can you explain what happened that night without incriminating yourself or anyone else?
Man, it just was, they were playing the game for some money. Shit, Snupe smashed me. I get through.
What's the drill? Back with another video, man. And it seems Louisiana has been a hot topic, so it's only right we do one for the Meek Mill Protégé and Freestyle King Lil Snupe, who was on his way to superstardom for show. But sadly, he never got the chance to take over the game like everybody knew he would. And worst part, his killer was allegedly right within his camp. It's a cold world, man. So without further ado, let's skip the play and get down to business. Born Adarian Ross of Jonesboro, Louisiana, they nicknamed him Lil Snupe because his pops was Charlie Brown.
It was Lil Snupe, he gave that part to himself. His nickname Snupe, his godmother gave it to him because his dad nickname is Charlie Brown.
The messed up part is that he got the name due to his pops but never got the chance to know him because he was sent to prison to do a 20-year stint when Snupe was just 4 years old.
I know my daddy sitting in that cell going crazy. Thinking about Lil Snupe like his life amazing. And he don't even owe me. That's my daddy, but he don't really even know me.
With his pops gone, Snupe and his moms were trying to make it with what little they had, but his moms had him so young, they was just trying to cope.
Shit, not having. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom, my daddy gone, my mom, you know what I'm saying? My mama really had me young, so we ain't had nothing.
Even with that, Snupe had heart from since a youngin'. No matter the weight on his shoulders, he would always be the one clowning and making everybody laugh. Maybe because he knew how tough life truly was.
I would just say Snupe was a clown. Snupe liked to joke, Snupe liked to talk about people and just kind of high side a lot, Right. So he was a real jokey type person. For sure.
Thinking about it, that's both admirable and sad for a child. But ain't no pity parties because that little boy Snupe knew he was gonna be a superstar in the rap game from when he was just 4 years old.
I mean, he's been rapping, you know what I'm saying, for a long time, like 4 years old, rapping, just was in him to rap, so.
Did you know that Lil Snupe was gonna be a rapper, or did he just come out rapping?
I mean, no, I didn't know, but I know he's always said that's what he was gonna be.
But Snupe's mind was finding distractions outside that pulled him to the streets with people around him being in the trenches.
I grew up in Jonesboro, it was straight wildin'. I hung out with the older cats, so it was straight. And the niggas I looked up to was hustling or robbing. So I hopped off the porch too and started getting it poppin'.
Even though moms was young, she knew the dangers of the neighborhood where she lived and tried to keep Snupe straight ahead. Snupe was faced with a decision: heed mom's warnings or forget about his dreams. And he made a grown man decision and started adjusting his mindset and movements and changing his future forever. Snupe's talent was undeniable. Already able to rhyme words and sentences as a child, like he was already a rapper in the industry. As he grew his flow, bars, and delivery, he got more refined and he joined a rap group. Sadly, for whatever reason, they kicked him out and his mom stood 10 toes down for her only son and let him know they don't need nobody because he got the talent, and if he really wanted to pursue rap, they could invest in whatever equipment he needed.
But once he started with, getting older,
he was a part of a group that, you know, they kicked him out of the group pretty much. And so I told him, hey, you know, you sound good by yourself. We can just start buying pieces of equipment and make a studio at the house if that's what you really want to do.
In her mind, she was also protecting him from being out in the streets and ending up in the pen like his pops. That was exactly what Snoop needed. Rap fact. Mama Snoop let people know in an interview that Snoop would sometimes go to school and disappear for days before coming home. But in some of those times, he was at Mo 3's crib because they went to school together.
He would sometimes go to school, send him to school one morning. He might not come back for 2 days. He just, you know, and be at somebody's house, spend the night or whatever he would do. But he just kind of did a lot in Dallas. He did a lot.
For sure. Now, I heard that he knew who Mo 3 was.
Yeah, him and Mo 3 went to school together at Skyview.
Man, it's messed up that they both will not get to see their dreams come all the way true. Well, you know, we still got love for him, so rest in peace. Snoop became known for having a particular skill many rappers don't, freestyling. Snoop could just randomly spit bars for hours. Mix that with the realness and the passion in his music, talking about the struggle of the hood. It was just obvious he was gonna reach greatness.
I just say, struggle. You know what I'm saying? We just rap where we come from. The songs like Louisiana is like the boondocks. You know what I'm saying? You don't know nobody make it out of there, so everybody who make it, you can hear it from them. You know what I'm saying? And we just got our own style of rap.
Around 2012, he would drop his first project, the mixtape 16 and Running, and it built the buzz even more. His moment came when his favorite rapper was coming to do a show in Grambling State University, which wasn't far from where he was at, so he planned to go give him his tape. Even if it was a long shot and with his peers saying he won't make it anywhere, Snoop said screw it and did it anyway. He knew old girl who worked security and she got him a pass. He showed up and caught Meek heading into his whip to leave, knocked on the glass, and when it rolled down, he dropped his mixtape and bounced.
Crazy, like I see Meek van right there and ain't nobody in. Like boom, so I'm knowing like he's still in there, you know what I'm saying? So he come out, you know what I'm saying, he get in the van. Yeah, they get in the van, they finna go. I knock on the door, I knock on the window, you know what I'm saying? They look over, and I hold my mixtape up. You know what I'm saying? The driver, they down the window, they grab it. And I walked off.
Thinking that Meek was just gonna throw it out the window, they were clowning and laughing when his homie called and said Meek tweeted about him.
My homeboy called my other homeboy. Meek just shot you out. I'm like, hell no.
At first, Snoop didn't even believe his homie, but he checked himself, and sure enough, Meek not only shouted him out, but was posting lyrics from his tape minutes after. This led to Meek reaching out and the two chopped it up.
Meek homie just called me, man. I'm like, man, I don't know what to believe, cause I don't know if y'all playing, but I know y'all might not be playing this tweet for real.
Shout out to his homie who engineered the tape and believed in Snoop when everybody else doubted. That's a real homie right there. Snoop was satisfied because he felt like he was right about his talent, but the craziest thing happened. Some 2 weeks later, Snoop found out Meek was still bumping his tape and tweeting his music. That was it. Snoop laid it all on the line to catch a bus and travel 36 hours to see Meek.
I just come, boom, rode the Greyhound, I'm out here. We come. Around Meek, nigga, my first time even just getting in the meet him. Go to the studio.
He actually told his moms Meek brought him out for a contract, but that wasn't the truth. Snoop took the initiative and went for his dreams.
They just try to discourage him the whole time, like, man, you can't go pulling up on that man like that, you better not. And Snoop did it anyway, so I learned those stories in the back end of that.
36 hours on the bus by himself.
Snoop popped up, and from the first freestyle he kicked for Meek, it was locked in. Meek and the team was blown away by his ability to drop off the top and spit fire.
That's the first night I met Louis V and shit. I do my damn freestyle. Damn, Snoop, you that shit. Man, you different. Man, that was saying, you different.
Lil Snoop was now rolling with Meek and his opportunity came. Meek believed in this dude without a doubt and hit him up about the rapper Retro wanting to battle him for 10 bands. Snoop ate that dude up.
Keep going, cause you take this shit roll. And everything I do, these know how I go. I swear to God, I do this shit for my folks. Texting on that work, my got it for the low. So we got work, we got pills, sour D, we got weed, whatever you need, holla at me. Swear to God, you can see, you a ass. I can swear that you a beast, and when you talking about beef, you probably the one calling police.
And it all fell into place. The vid went viral and Lil Snoop was signed to Dream Chasers. The two was turning up on freestyles right down to one of the biggest platforms, Sway in the Morning.
I said I started from the bottom, now I'm here. Man, I'm all up in the front. Remember, I used to be in that rear. Said that $1 million dream, and that shit right here is just. I'm a real ass since they wasn't nobody I feel.
Meek was letting him shine and just watching on, proud to see the youngin' do his thing, and he was doing his thing. Lil Snupe had the recognition of hip-hop, and he wasn't gonna stop applying pressure. He dropped the highly anticipated RNIC, also known as Real N-Word in Charge, with features from mainstream artists in the rap game. It was clear the industry rocked with Snupe and respected his craft. Snupe envisioned his dreams and met the rapper that inspired him, signed to his label, and they were like brothers. If that isn't work ethic, dedication, talent, and hustle, I don't know what is. That's why what happened next made the loss hurt that much more. On June 20th, 2013, at Maplewood Apartments in Winfield, Louisiana, Lil Snupe's life was taken. Lil Snupe was at a friend's apartment playing video games along with Lil E when it happened. His friend Edric O. Stewart, also known as Lil E, replayed parts of what happened, saying that Snupe and his homie were at the spot playing video games and they made a bet for who was gonna win. Snupe watched the old boy, and not being able to take that simple loss in the game, he upped the pole and shot Lil Snupe.
They were playing the game, hope for some money. You know, shit, Snupe smashed him. I guess dude, he ain't like that shit. Okay. You know, it went past.
Mama Snupe was going through it, finding out what happened. Snupe's mother wasn't buying Lil E's story, and she said he was a liar and changing his story every time she pressed him.
Did you get a chance to speak to Edric yourself?
Yeah, I've talked to him a couple times. He had about 7 different stories each time, so, you know, his word is definitely not his bond, so you can't believe nothing he say.
The trigger man was later assumed to be Snupe's other friend, Tony Holden. He turned himself in and was charged with the hit, armed burglary, and illegal possession of a firearm by a felon and held without bond. The cops also picked up Edric O. Stewart, also known as Lil E, charging him for manslaughter. On the day of court and sentencing for Holden, Mama Snupe posted a series of thoughts online letting it be known the justice system failed her son because they were sentencing his killer not even for Snupe's demise, but for being a felon with a firearm. According to the investigation results, ballistics evidence from Holden's strap didn't match the slugs found in Snupe's body. But maybe Mama Snupe later found out the real truth no one would acknowledge. In 2017, she did an interview where she called out Lil E on the record and said that Holden was involved in Snupe's hit, but it was Lil E who was the trigger man.
Right now, it's not unsolved, it's still open. Number 1, Tony Holden did not kill Snupe. It was Edric Stewart. That's the number 1 fact of all things. I'm not saying Tony Holden is innocent.
She also said that they had closed Lil E's case, but the case would be reopened, and she was certain he would be found guilty for the shooting. Date back a bit to 2016, in an interview that she did with XXL, and what Mama Snupe said would shock you. You really have to be careful who you have around, man. According to Mama Snupe, initially it was thought Holden was the hitter, but she said that it was conclusive that Lil E's bullet was actually the bullet that murked Snupe. She further went on to say that Holden turned himself in not because of Snupe's shooting incident, but because he was out on bail, and that's why he got the 10 years for being a felon with a firearm. Before the case with Lil E was reopened, she said the judge stated who the bullets belonged to, but nothing was being done, and Lil E was set free. Mama Snupe went on to shed more light on her take on what happened, saying that Holden and Snupe wasn't bugging that much over the game, but Lil E instigated and intensified the situation. What's even more crazy is she said that after Lil E was let go, he was involved in another family suffering due to him murking another person. I actually looked into it and it took some searching, but I found the actual post from Crime Stoppers relating to the next shooting Mama Snupe was speaking on. So seems her story was even more credible now. All of this coming out years after the situation is wild. Most don't realize, but Lil E was actually a main person Lil Snupe was telling about his dreams and was even calling him to tell him what went down with Meek. So Snupe really trusted bro. Maybe that's why Mama Snupe calls Lil E jealous and a fake friend in that later interview. Snupe's pops was released from jail in 2021 and tried to clout chase starting beef with Meek Mill and disrespecting Mama Snupe because his son's grave didn't have a headstone.
About it, man. Mama Snupe, Meek Mill, all type of people in the street, you know what I'm saying? I ain't get a quarter out there, man. You heard me? That's 99% of my sauce, man. We finna go back and investigate that matter, and I'ma prove that.
But Mama Snupe quickly called out the publicity stunt.
Snupe's dad went to that grave on a just fluke, you know. Pookie knew that we had a discussion about Snoop's headstone. Snupe does not have a headstone due to my personal reasons.
Later to find out his pops was pursuing rap and also trying to beg Meek to put him on Dream Chasers.
And this nigga was locked up. said he Charlie Brown, and you was at that Fruit of Meek, you supposed to say, fuck that hoe there, cuz. Take your lick, my nigga. Me and you supposed to be rich. Me and you supposed to be that took this little Snoop brand to a whole nother level. I ain't trying to beef with, I want to take this motherfucking little Snoop brand all the way back to motherfucking China. Let's get this money, baby. Hit me up, Big Snoop, baby.
What a father, right? Snoop's music, like his hit track Mellow, lives on, and his RNIC 2, which he worked on while alive, also dropped. The hip-hop community definitely lost one of his greatest talents, and family and friends lost a dear loved one. Snoop will forever be engraved in hip-hop. Meek Mill continues to keep his legacy alive in music and even on tour tributes.
I want to represent for the Lil Snoop. I want to say rest in peace to Lil Snoop in this bitch one time.
And Mama Snoop is repping hard for her son, even making a documentary that began looking for a platform for release in 2021. So there you have it. Thanks for kicking it with your boy. Appreciate the love and support. Rest in peace to the young king Lil Snoop, man. Gone way, way too soon. I can't even listen to Mellow without catching teary eyes, man, because that young dude had his whole life ahead of him. But I'ma catch y'all on the next one when I double back round for the next vid, y'all. And remember, stay smart, stay alert, and stay real. I'm out, y'all.